Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. So, before we get started on going to the Highwall of Lothric, let's look at a few item descriptions before we do that. Mainly I think I want to look at the Ember item description, and then I think probably the Master's attire. So let's see here. No unkindled can ever truly claim their embers that burn within a champion's bosom, which is precious wood. I can't read. Which is preciously what makes their yearning for warmth so keen. Gain the strength of the flame and increase max HP until death. With the strength of fire and the summoning signs of unkindled become visible, and seekers of embers can be summoned to join in jolly cooperation. But beware, the embers may also attract invaders. That's a nice piece of text that sort of describes both how online works. So it's cool that they added that in there like that. And then let's find the Master's piece. Master's attire. A terribly worn shirt. Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades, unscathed, but alas, my clothes went to tatters. Well, I don't know about that. I think he just didn't wash his shirt properly, and it went all to shit. Anyways. To Lothric. I know I was going for a slightly serious LP, but then again I look at my character and I wonder what the hell I was doing. But then again, at some point I'll be putting my helmet back on when I necessarily need the equipment. Defensive. However, that's been contradicted a little bit recently. People have been doing calculations, and it doesn't seem to matter as much. So it's much more based upon building defenses towards particular types of damage and stuff like that. Anyways, first I'll mention, because many other people have, this seems to be a miniature lord vessel with a bonfire sword next to it. This also seems to be the area from the opening cinematic where, and maybe even this spot here, that the sort of ultimate chosen undead was using these bonfire swords to make bonfires out of corpses. And that was a big question that a lot of people had from the early footage, was that going to be a new mechanic? Which would have been actually quite interesting to do if there had been like a special enemy that you would have seen as like, okay, that enemy I have to kill and then maybe pick up and drag to this particular spot to make a bonfire. Anyways, here is Lothric. Lothric to me is actually a pretty good, its visual design is really nice. Like, I like the way it works. The evidence of flags and stuff like that. Sort of fallen dragons and then all the undead praying to them. Trying to think. Out there. Yeah. And it also promotes a rollback to Dark Souls 1, because these two bridges you will cross at some point in time, and you can actually see stuff from here. You can see a lot of the other places that you will go to in this section. I'd say it's probably a combination of, at least aesthetically, I see a lot of Anor Londo with these buttresses. God, I can't talk sometimes. These spires and the design of the castle. And then I also notice a lot of Boletaria in the leveled structures of the castle. I've only actually played a little bit of Demons on a friend's PS3, but it is quite interesting. So that's why you get fire, because they get a unique death animation and fire stun locks them a little better. Fire is even better against these guys, the new doggos, because they have a unique fall down animation where they writhe like that, and they can't consistently bombard you with attacks. The one thing I will go against this area is that it lacks, well, it does have interconnectedness and stylings back to older stuff of older Souls areas. The thing that it lacks is it lacks a largeness to it. For example, while you can clearly tell you can't get over there, they clearly sort of modeled a little area to it. It's not as, like, Boletaria, when you really start to, especially the way it's divided up, is quite large, in fact. Oh, I don't have the stuff to use it. That's too bad. It will at least allow me to look at stuff. I'm getting sidetracked. It's a very straight line almost. There's not a whole lot of looping inside of itself, which I just wish there was in this section of the game. At least a little more reminiscent of Undeadburg from Dark Souls 1. Now, it's still a good area, and it's actually a really good area at getting you used to the game, and what I will give it is that it has a good spread of drops throughout. It has some very important items and weapons in here that are pretty pivotal to the rest of the game. So we got these guys with the lanterns who return from the Chalice dungeons of Bloodborne. I also have to wonder, like, when From Software makes games, I don't think there's a, like, From Software engine, like there's id Tech or, say, CryEngine. I think it all runs off, like, Unreal 4 or something like that. So I have to wonder, when they were building this one, how much of it was directly borrowed code from, say, both Bloodborne and the later ported versions of Scholar of the First Sin. Then we run up here, and this dragon shows up, and he breathes fire all over here. We run over here. We let him take care of it. Reminiscent of Helldrake Bridge of Dark Souls 1. Ooh, nice! I got a raw gem. How good. I'm going to need that. And hopefully if we run over here, we get hit once, but then we can turn fire like so. And get him to do that. And then only have to deal with him. Okay, get up and roll. That's a good undead. Alright. So one thing I really like about Lothric is that they have these guys, which are the Lothric Knights. They're not exactly Black Knights, but they're a good, like, starting challenge, and it gives you something to fight for, or rather, to fight against. And they actually have a decent AI patterning on them, where they've got unique shield bashes that stop you from continuously backstabbing them. I'm gonna run over here. There's a guy over there. I'm gonna run up here. We're gonna hit this bonfire. Resto. Our journey has been saved. I'm gonna grab that. That's a shard. Da, da, da. That's everything here. Head on down. Where's that undead? Oh, he's gone. Anyway. Grab this poor soul who somehow died up here. And I like the amount of firebombs they give you because there's an actual reason for having them in this. Good God, man. There's an actual reason for having firebombs in this game because of the pus of man, which are the black serpents that have engulfed these undead. I don't know if there's too much stuff on the pus of man. I've never really looked that up. It's honestly the most interesting addition to the game, I would say, because it's a interesting new enemy type that is, I find one of the best things Dark Souls does is giving you sort of this thing you look at and you fight it and you go, okay, how am I supposed to beat that? And then it turns out to be actually quite easy to beat. But the visual presence of it is what is the real battle. It's visually scary. I think one of the greatest examples of that is from Dark Souls 1 with Ceaseless Discharge. The first time you actually come face to face with it, you go, okay, how am I supposed to fight that thing? It's not even on the same plane of existence as my character is. How am I going to get consecutive hits without buying several hundred arrows and just filling it full of holes? And then it turns out to be one of the easiest fights in the game, where you just run back to the fog door and just hack at his hands. And I don't think there's much over here, except for this man in this cell. Now, usually when this happens, we get a Lothric situation. However, that guy is very helpful, and we will go back and get him as soon as we get the key. And then this door over here, we do not get the key to till much later on. You don't even get the key from a person who actually even exists in this area. Do you get it from someone else? So you can, in fact, stop them from spawning if you get to them quick enough. Come here, lizard. Yes, another raw. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you don't have to fight them. However, when killing them like that, it doesn't count and it doesn't give you their special items. So for that guy, I think he drops an Ember and I think maybe a Titanite Shard. More fire bombs. I always wonder how these hollows die in such precarious situations. 'Tis odd, 'tis odd. Okay, so now we're gonna go this way. We're going here. We're gonna go up here. Hit that guy. Turn around and hit that guy. Roll over here. Roll through here. Hit this guy. Grab these undead hunter charms. Which are the new version of Lloyd's Talisman. Which I don't remember why. Oh. Hold up. Bang. Tool used to hunt down the undead. Block Estus recovery within a limited area. Used long ago by Lloyd's cleric knights on their undead hunts. Although Allfather Lloyd is long forgotten by the Way of the White, his hunts have lived on, and this charm allows one to challenge undead without fear of tenacious healing. So I don't know why they just didn't call them Lloyd's Talisman, but I guess, oh wait, they're still called Lloyd's in, Dark 2, so I don't know why they didn't call them here. I don't know. Get him like that. Grab the broadsword. And then bust through here. To grab that for a green Brosham. It's a green Brosham. And then here is the real prize. So I'll take a look at this. This is the Astora Straightsword, a well-crafted sword named after the ruined land. Astora, before its fall, was a land replete with royal blood, and this sword is both a reminder and a heirloom of that era. Stance as normal swords also stance. The thing about the Astora sword is that I'm pretty sure you do not, in fact, actually need Can't remember. Yeah, there's another dog down there. Do I have an alluring skull? No, I don't. Ah, that was a waste. So, grab this. That was stupid. Ah, well, I'm going to have to go get my souls. God damn it. Now, what I was going to say is that I believe you do not actually need the faith requirement to do the normal damage with this weapon. Yeah, so I can do almost 200 on 2 swings. So, this sword is actually very powerful. And does not actually even need the faith required to use it. Now, I can't remember, does it scale? It doesn't even scale with faith, so there's no point. It doesn't even scale well with anything. It just has good damage. So, as people have figured out, there's an actual really good strategy to use with this thing, which I will be using as soon as I can get my souls back. Bang. Yeah, 150. Yeah, just a good solid blade. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so I have 18 knives. Ha! Now, it does not have the fire stun properties that my fire longsword does, but the damage is actually still quite good. There we go. Smash in here to get a shard. Grab all these souls. Do that. Grab the cell key. And then we can make our merry lane. Hopefully not dying alone. See you, nerds. There he goes. And now we can open up this gate. And now we have a shortcut back to the first bonfire, which we didn't even light. Anyways, let's head back to the Firelink Shrine. So you might be beginning to see what I mean, is that this area is more or less a straight line. You go out, around, and you make a loop back. And then, in other cases, you can make other different kinds of loops back. So the first thing that we want to do,
Just wasn't it?
we want to go over to Andre. We want to grab the Astor Straight Sword. And we want to raw infuse it. Takes away all scaling, which was D and E, so that doesn't even matter. And brings us up to 176 raw damage. Like so. Next, we then want to put in our Titanite. We're now at 214 damage. This thing is 100, has 200 split damage.
Pretty.
The Astor Sword so, now does just under 200. The Fire Sword does exactly the same. Interesting. Let's see if we can get a level. Yes, we can. So, I want to pump point into what do I feel I need more of? Good on that. Need more endurance.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Okay. So let's go back to the tower and grab our friend that is still in the cell. Yeah. That's a one-hit kill. So is the standard light attack. The Astor Sword is a pretty good weapon. Yeah, 285. You fool! You'll kill us both. Hello.
You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh?
Of course.
Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
Thank you, Greyrat. So, the Blear Tombstone. The Bleer Tombstone Ring. The blue I can't fucking talk for the life of me. Blue Tearstone Ring. A ring set with a large, rare tearstone jewel. Temporarily boost absorption when HP is low. This stone is said to be a tear of sorrow of the goddess Catherine. Keitha? Yeah, I guess. Keitha. And of course, tears are always more beautiful near death. So, the nice thing is you can wear the ring. You don't have to you don't have to take it off you and just hold it in your inventory to complete that quest. Yeah, 340 on drop attacks. The Astoris is a good sword. I'm gonna go pop, pop. Grab the black firebombs. If I can get... could never get that drop right. Oh, nice, we got the crossbow. So now we've got these two patrolling Lothric knights. And these guys are tricky. So it's best practice to try and pull one. So as you can see, yeah, he does that shield bash. Especially with the shield. Now I got both. Oh, nice. Somebody gave me an Estus. Dancing up. Fuck. Fuck. That. Run along here, run up here. Grab that. And with a little ingenuity, go like this and grab this. Ah, let's see. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Now we can one-on-one. spear one. Do that. Grab the lucerne. Take a look at that in a minute. Shard, how nice. Then we've got a blue Lothric knight over there, who I'm not going to attack. So, the lucerne. A polearm with a sharp, hard, pronged head that inflicts thrust attacks. The lucerne is wielded overhand like a hammer, or can be swung from the side to break through shields. Scales the spin attack. So the lucerne is actually quite good. It's D&D scaling, and when you put a gem on top of it, a refined gem, you can get C&C. So as you can probably tell, this is a boss area. However, it's not a boss area till later. Hello.
The wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their churning homes, converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed.
Thank you very much.
This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits.
And you get the way of the blue.
Unkindled one, head to the high wall's base. Go through the great gate and raise this banner to proceed. But beware, the dog keeps a close eye on things. The vile watchdog of the Boreal Valley. Unkindled, go through, but the...
So she pretty much tells you what the boss is going to be. So, let's see here. Small banner held by Lothric messengers. Hold up outside the main castle gate to be greeted by an escort. When the high wall appeared, the path to the undead settlement was blocked, and messengers came bearing this banner. They were sent out with a duty, but had no way of returning. And then pale blue sheepskin parchment featuring an illustration of a moon, a symbol of ancient accord. Members of the Way of Blue are beneficiaries of an ancient accord. When a dark spirit threatens them, a blue spirit will grant them assistance and help to root out this invader. Summoning takes place automatically while this is equipped. So the Way of the Blue and the Blue Sentinels work together. The Way of the Blue are the sheep, and the Sentinels of the Blue are their shepherds, and they come and protect them. This is a kind of annoying covenant because it doesn't do much outside of the beginning of the game when people are looking for a backup when getting invaded. Not many people stay in Way of the Blue beyond probably Lothric and maybe the Undead Settlement, because they often find a covenant from afterwards that they actually like a little more, such as the Way of the Sun and stuff like that. Now I'm going to put my helmet. Well, actually, no. Take my helmet off. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put those on. Take that off. And yeah. Nah. Let's do it. Good God. I'm more monstrous than the beasts themselves. Here he is. The dog approaches, his mace clipping through him. And here we go. So as you can see, Vort doesn't have a very good defensive strategy for people underneath him. So therefore, getting underneath him works wonders. However, what the fuck? Since when does he doesn't do an extra charge? Huh. Well then. Alright, let's try this again, now that I have 5 Estus. And let's see if my fire sword fares a little better since he's ice. God, what the fuck? Alright. Do this again. There we go. Much better. Woo! So what I forgot to say is I wonder why this door has these, like, roots and stuff on them, and is bent in such a way. I find that very interesting. Anyways, so that was Vort. Vort's not bad. As soon as you figure out to just get behind him and continuously combo him, he becomes quite trivialized, but not a bad boss, to be honest. He's a joke in New Game Plus, because then you can bring in, if you're running something, say, like Fume Ultra Greatsword, you just get behind him, do, I think, maybe 10 attacks, and he's dead. So, I think I'll call it there. The next area we'll be going to is just over there, towards the Undead Settlement. And we'll see what holds in there. So, see you guys next time.